Wait. Hello. We are Jay Johnson, Kelsey Fox,
Bianca Strangebird Rogers,
and we are here today to teach you about Pearson R.
Researchers decided that they wanted to find a relationship between positive or negative between brain size and IQ.
So what we did is we pulled 10 numbers from the data, and we took 5 females and 5 males. And Jade is going to show you how to do the problem full out.
Awesome. Here it goes.
All right.
Hope you enjoy it, Dr.Nees.
Okay. From the information we gathered, we set the IQ, FSIQ as X, and the MRI count as, or brain size as Y. After calculating the 10 numbers, we obtain our sum of X, which is 839, and our sum of Y, which is 8,682,215. The information that we need to obtain to calculate R, we need X squared, Y squared, and X times Y. Our X squared is our IQ squared, which gives us the sum of X squared, which is 70,547. Our Y squared, or MRI count squared, gives us the sum of Y squared, which is 7.55665 times 10 to the 12. And our X times Y, which is our IQ times the brain size, gives us our sum of X and Y, which is 728,991,466. And we're keeping in mind that our N is 10. From our information we developed a hypothesis, which is that rho is greater than 0, and our null hypothesis, therefore, is rho is less than or greater than 0. And now we will calculate the R. Okay. The formula for R is N times the sum of X and Y minus the sum of X times the sum of Y, all over the square root of N times the sum of X squared minus the sum of X squared times N by the sum of Y squared minus the sum of Y squared. Putting in the numbers we know from the information previously mentioned, we calculate an R of 0.0326506,373, which gives us our obtained of 0.327. So we come up here. We have to calculate our degrees of freedom in order to figure out our R crit. And the degrees of freedom, it's N minus 2. Our N, as previously mentioned, is 10 minus 2 equals 8. From the R tables, we get our R crit, which is 0.549. Therefore, R crit of 0.549 is greater than our obtained, which is 0.327. Results? We retain the null hypothesis. Therefore, there is no statistically significant difference. And now, in order to calculate a better line for our scatter plot of the information, we calculate our line of regression. The formula for the line of regression is y prime equals ax plus b, which is similar to the math equation to determine the slope. In order to determine the slope of the line, which is mx plus b. The m, which represents a as the slope, and b still representing the y-intercept. Yeah. In order to calculate b, which is the first thing we're going to do, the formula is n times the sum of x and y divided by n times the sum of x squared minus the sum of x squared. Plugging in the numbers that we already obtained, we get our b, which is 3,574.096191. All right. Next, we need to calculate A. And the formula for A equals y bar minus b times x bar. In the early chapters, we learned that y bar is the sum of y divided by the number, which is 10. From that, we get the following numbers, and that's 868,221.5 minus our b that we already calculated times x bar, which is 83.9, and that gives us A, which is 568,354.8296. Plugging that into the formula we had for y prime, we get y prime equals 568,354.8296x plus 3,574.096191. All right. Next, we're going to calculate the standard error of estimate, which the reason that we calculated this is to figure out the average error when doing this problem. Okay. And for this, we have to find out sy prime. And the formula for sy prime is sy times the square root of 1 minus r squared. So first we have to calculate sy. And sy equals the square root of the sum of y squared minus the sum of y squared over n all over n. Plugging in the appropriate numbers, we get our s of y, which is 43,082.43911. And next we need to plug in sy and calculate the square root of 1 minus r squared. Plugging in the appropriate numbers where we need to in calculating as follows. Remembering to plug in our r obtained that we got earlier, we get sy prime, which equals 40,721.30604.
And so that is how you calculate Pearson R. And from the information obtained, we learned that there is no relationship between brain size and IQ. We hope that you learned a lot today, and
have a nice day.
Yeah,
A+.
Please.
A+. Bye.